Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just a conversation between me and my viewers. I don't hide behind my videos. I like to be accessible. So if you've got a question you want to ask me or a topic you want to suggest, feel free. This is your chance to do that. It's also your chance to call me out if you think I've been wrong about something, or if I say something you disagree with politically. Did I say something about your orange messiah that pissed you off? Well, come in and let me know if I was wrong or just that it pissed you off. We could even do a little segment of Spank the Yank where we record it, make videos out of it if we want. So feel free, come on in, ask questions, suggest topics, or call me out. I like to start every day reading names of people who purchased merchandise from my Shopify store, because all of that goes, well, most of that goes to support TYMP. Where we give at least 4 families every month a firearm to defend themselves in their homes when they otherwise wouldn't be able to afford to do it. So let's go over here. See, Michael Nouveau bought some merch. He got a mug, looks like. Alexander Gerculio. Gerculio. I would just call him Coolio. Isn't Coolio dead? So you can have the name now. I think he's dead. And Donald Googly Goo, he got the Mickey Mouse armed shirt, the one with the Mickey Mouse firing the rifles, but there's no text. So thanks to them for purchasing merchandise and helping out with the cause. Man, if anybody wants to buy any merch, you can go over, and I forgot to take the you can go over to TYMPpistolproject.com, like it says right down here in the bottom of the window. Over there, there's a link where you can go over and buy merch, like my Prepared Bear shirt that I'm wearing here, or the I Love Guns and Animals, People Piss Me Off. You know, that design is on shirts and hats. There's all kinds of stuff. There's literally dozens and dozens of designs over there that you can choose to express your support of the Second Amendment and maybe your whimsical side. So feel free to go over, get you something that does help support TYMP, except there will be a category here soon that a couple of different shirts actually do go support pets and vets. Right now, the only one up to supports pets and vets is the Acorn Wars shirt. That is the first in the series that does go support pets and vets. But there's new stuff over there all the time. So go over and check out the newest merch category. Also on this website, you can sign up to be a Patreon supporter, get a chance to win. Well, it's usually back there, but it ain't there right now. The custom PSA Dagger Zombie Slayer that we built that we're giving away to a Subscribe Star member. So you can become a Subscribe Star member. You can become a Patreon member, support pets and vets. The friend program, the voices program, all that stuff. You can support that through Pets and Vets. And you can also make one-time donations if you want to through links over there, or you can register to be a recipient of TYMPPP. The TYMPPP people all got their guns yesterday and today. They all arrived at their FFL, so hopefully they'll be picking them up soon. Also, if you're someone who registered for February, those names are in the hands of the judges now, and they'll get back with me by the 12th. And then on the 15th, we'll announce those winners. And then those people will have 10 days to respond. It doesn't wear out. If you miss your chance to respond, you can always respond after the 10 days. But 10 days after I announce the winners, I send the orders off. So if you wait more than 10 days, you're going to be on next month's order. Just to make that clear for some people. With that being said, let's get to the questions. Also, I've got emails I need to share once I get to them here. But let's do questions first. Jim Leggins Jr. chimed in a little too late. Oh, no, wait, he did chime in time. He got in time. I read that. President Nixon says, polish my new production Python or leave it stock. Well, if you want to polish it up, unless it's blued. Don't polish the blued one. But I mean, it's not a finish. That's what people are like, oh, you changed the finish on the gun. It's not a finish. There's no finish on stainless steel. It's just a surface texture. I've fought with people all the time about this in the Colt forums. They're like, oh, you polished a stainless gun. It'll never be worth what it was before. I was like, really? Because I can take some steel wool, make it look just like it did before, and you'd never be able to tell. you won't be able to tell anything. But the ways they use to judge if a finish is original or not, it's not effective on that. So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In fact, if you got one back in the day and you paid extra, you could have it polished up. And it might not, and you could also have it polished up and then the finish put back on. Just take away the sharp edges on the lettering and stuff. So there's guns out there like that from the factory. People don't realize what things used to be like when you ordered them. Derek Booker said, "Fuck you. That's why I carry. The 2A doesn't require an explanation or permission." Oh, yeah, it does. It does for me. Can't carry in my chat without a good reason, which is I want to is a good reason. And plus, how am I going to know you're carrying? Yeah, even if it's concealed. I mean, even if it's open carry, I can't see you. So nothing I can do about it. Oh, I want to be a tyrant, but I can't. Why don't I get to be a tyrant? I'd like to be a tyrant at least once. Let's get over here, see if there's any more questions coming in. I got to load my page because it closed up on me while I'm sitting here jibber jabbering. Let's see if there are any super chats coming in today. What is today? Today's the 8th. That's an order. That's an order. Dale Rickety chimed in and said, still busy working on my stuff. I think that means masturbating. And, you know, at our age, we have to be given extra time for that. It doesn't happen that easy. Well, I mean, we can start easy. It's just the finishing. It's hard. It's not hard to finish. It's just hard to stay focused long enough. You get distracted. You know, you start off strong and then you're like, wait a minute, did I ever pay the water bill? You know, something like that. Or worse yet, you start to, if you're watching porn, you start to be like, well, that person's the same age as my niece. You know, something like that. That's awful. So it really is harder at our age. Jason Thompson paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, I sent more emails. I'm starting to like this, Not the Police channel. She puts out good stuff. I saw some of the emails she sent today. That one cop, his 3rd time on a viral video. Seems like he's a little punch heavy. All right, where am I at? That was Jason Thompson, as Officer Tater Hater, by the way. John Mandrick also chimed in, and I got his silver bullet ordered, just so he knows it's ordered. Should be shipping tomorrow, probably. Said, for the possums, are they opossums on St. Patrick's Day? Well, I think they're opossums all the time, but I don't think they're Irish. That's one of the reasons I always say I think they're just possums. In this country, they're just possums because they're not Irish. So, Lucas Imes chimed in here and said, 1/2 D&D, Dunkley Osteus, and Dakota Raptor. I'm a couple of days late on this, but okay, well, there's nothing after the but. Oh, he chimed in again here and finished it up and said, are you surprised that Amy Coney Barrett turned out to be the only Trump appointee with a semblance of a backbone? No, I mean, she's a corporatist and a big government lover, just like the rest of them. But most of them bent their knee to Trump, and she didn't, and she's wreaking the wrath. But here's the thing, you know, it's really easy to be upset and be like, I don't want our money going overseas. But this particular case was paying $2 billion in services already rendered. So that was basically Trump saying, yeah, I know we owe these bills, but we ain't going to pay them, which is true Trump fashion. I know people whose businesses were bankrupt by Trump because they took a contract with Trump Towers, and then he never paid them, and they went out of business even after he convinced them to come work just for him and to cancel their other jobs and get his stuff done fast because he needed it done quick, and he would make it worth their while. He wrote all these contracts that were very favorable to him and then never paid them. And when they tried to sue for their money, he just tied them up in court for 5 years and they went bankrupt. So, yeah, it's not unlike him to not pay his bills. And now that's going to lose me some subs because I pointed out reality. Adriel donated here and said, Zombie Gun, how to enter and cap on total entries. There's no cap on total entries. But the way you enter is you be a member of Subscribestar. Every tier comes with a certain amount of entries. For every $5, if you're a $5 tier, you get one entry. For every $10, you get 2 entries. So it's $5 per it's 1 entry per $5 at the $10 tier too. But if you do a $20 tier, a $20 donation gets you 5 entries. So like a $40 donation would get you 10, and you know the tiers, because there's different tiers. There's a 30 tier, so that would be 5 and 2, that'd be 7. There's a 50 tier. There's only a couple people in it, but that would be 2 20s, which is 10, and then 2 more, that'd be 12. So, and then you can get extra for every $10 you donate through tip. You can get extra entries. There's no maximum, but it's all for Subscribestar people. So far, I've gotten 4 new Subscribestar people. That's all for giving that gun away. Let me get back to where I was here. Emmanuel Fernandez chimed in and said, will you say the N-word? It's funny to me. The N-word. Nancy Pelosi? I don't think that's funny at all. I think it's hateful. Dave Camp signed in and said, just got me a Ruger 5.7 today for $4.05 shipped. Great time to buy a gun. Everything is dirt cheap. All hail Phil. Well, they'll come up with something to frighten everybody soon. That gets me caught up with the super chats over here for right now. So I want to move on to some emails. Share screen, Winder. Here we got an email from John Hammonds. He got him a new gun today, a new bodyguard, and also his patch came. He won the Perfection patch, the last of them. Well, I think there might be 1 or 2 more in a box somewhere, but he won the Perfection patch. So, and got him a bodyguard. I like the new bodyguards way better than the old bodyguards. And then we also got an email here from, who's this? This one is from, where did it go? I can't find it. Oh, there it is right there. This is from Quentin Barella, one of my favorite pastas. Glock 17 Gen 5 with a Delta Point Pro and the Dawson night sights for the win. He got the Dawson night sights to go on here. This is the one that's got that front sight on it. So very cool. I told him the other day when he got his Dawson sights, I wanted to see him on the gun, and there they are on the gun. And I think there's one more email here. Oh, what is all that stuff? That's just open windows. Here we go. John Heasley got some more magnets in. What did he just get in? I think he just got in this country we shoot Nazis. The saddest way to die would be from not shooting back. I think he just got that one. I think he just got the warning. I violate community guidelines. I think he had all the other ones already. I think those are the newest ones. I think he had the other ones in his previous post. But there's that fuck your red flag laws one that YouTube won't let me advertise because they're hateful. Ghost Shadow says, I carry because police don't respond. They definitely don't. Not in any timely manner, that's for sure. In fact, I think sometimes they wait to make sure. They're like, well, why would we show up when you said it was dangerous? We're going to wait till it's not so dangerous. The only time they like show up someplace might be dangerous is if they're showing up unannounced. You don't know they're coming, and they can scare you out of your bed and shoot you. That's when they like to show up. All right, let's see here. Let me make sure we're caught up on the questions and we can move over to the live chat. We got one more coming in over here. Oh, Clinton Barella made a big donation. Wonder why he's being so generous today. I guess he's got all that pasta money. Maybe he gave us the rebate off his Smith & Wesson or something. Yankee tells it like it is. We appreciate you. Well, that's only because I don't have the sense to shut up. That's like my grandmother used to always say, you know, you're honest because you don't got the sense to shut your fucking mouth. And that's the same thing with her. She always said, we're honest because we're too stupid to shut our mouths. Because life would have been a lot easier in a lot of situations if she kept her mouth shut, and she does not. Well, except when it comes to organized crime. She kept her mouth shut about that, like where bodies were buried. But if you asked her, if you wanted her opinion on something, you were going to get the truth. And yes, she was involved in some the riverboat. There was a very heavy mafia contingency involved in the riverboat industry back in the day, and my grandfather was a riverboat captain. And my grandmother had affairs with a lot of the people that were heavy involved in because my grandmother was not real faithful to my grandfather. She was a very beautiful woman. And he wasn't the best looking guy. He looked like Archie Bunker. So she had an affair with the guy who went on to become our governor, and the guy who was Bartow Jones. He was the mayor of our town and everything else. So so she had some very powerful connections, which is why I never got in trouble when I was a kid. If cops pulled me over, like one night I got pulled over because me and a friend of mine were racing backwards through town in the middle of the night, looking over our shoulder, racing our cars backwards all the way through the main strip downtown. And we got pulled over by the police. And when to see who I am, they let me go because they knew my grandmother. They didn't want to get in trouble. And I remember I got picked up by the police one night, taken in, and they made up a story about what we did. When my grandmother showed up, we were free to go. Where was we at? What was I doing? I was reading these questions. That's what I was doing. All right, now I can get over here. Well, we got one more member chat coming in over here from Avo357. Says, good evening, Yanks. Would you sell a SIG P229 in 40 for a Dan Wesson Classic Bobtail Commander in 10 millimeter? This will be for EDC. Ooh. Now, if it's a straight trade, I'd say yes, because the Dan Wesson Commander is more expensive. But do you like 1911s, and will you carry a 1911? Because if you will, then yes, it's going to be it's one of the best platforms to carry. Got the best trigger, very accurate, and it's going to be in 10 millimeter. Oof. But the P229s are fucking awesome. I got a couple of them. Ooh. That's a hard question, but I'm going to say probably would. Because even though the T229 is a great gun, the Dan Wesson's also a great gun, and it's purtier, way purtier. Then Sweetie also used his WAP chat to say, good evening. Do you own a laser rangefinder? I think I do. I think I might get one. How much should I spend just for simple range use? I don't know. I got mine because I had a gift certificate to a sporting goods store. So I don't know. Really don't know. But I do have one. I just don't know where it's at right now. I was reading something. Jonathan Aho chimed in and said, nothing. I wonder if he got his poster. I sent his poster. He should have it by now. And I sent it to John A. Ho or next of kin to his address. All right, let's get over here to the actual live chat, see if we got anything coming in there. I think I got all the emails answered. Yes, I do. So let's get over here. Why am I on that? Well, that does help me keep up with, if I go to just that and not do the, oops, hold on. There we go. All right. Let's get over here to the live chat and see what's going on over here. Let me go up as far as I can go. Good evening, ye old fartette. So you like double barrel 1911 Maverick 88 versus Mossberg 500. Maverick 88s are fine, but Mossberg's a little better. Yeah, the double barreled. What do you mean, like the prismatic dueler? Well, that was one of my dream guns for the longest time, but I ain't never gonna own one. It's one of those unobtainable dream guns. What hat and shirt say? I already showed everybody. It's the Prepared Bear. This guy's little Gadsden flag on his tummy. He's carrying, and it's I love guns and animals. People piss me off. Both available on the website. And by speaking of talking about things, remember I said I don't shoot 9mm very often. I did today to test out the custom PSA dagger zombie slayer we're giving away. Took it down, tested it out. And I went to get some ammo to put in it. Well, I've got this box of loose 9mm. This used to be so heavy, I couldn't lift it. As you can see, I'm lifting it now. And that's what's left in it. After I fired 100 rounds today, there's like a handful of rounds left in it. 3 months ago, not 3 months ago, because it was in like 1st of December, I topped this thing off. It was full. I couldn't even lift it. And I don't shoot 9mm. But Caden and all of his friends that come over and go shooting down on our range with him do. And I always ask, when they're coming over, are they bringing their ammo or are they using mine? Oh, they'll probably bring theirs. I don't think they're bringing theirs. I think my son is just handing out ammo to people willy-nilly. I was so shocked when I opened that up today. I was like, what the? I went to pick it up. And it was like, whoop, almost threw it through the ceiling. And I was like, what the fuck? There's hardly anything in there. There's like 120 rounds in it. That thing had probably 2,000 rounds in it. So I think it had more than that. I think it had extra 2,400 rounds in it. Like, how did they go through that many rounds? All right. Let's see, where are we at? I got to find my spot here where I was at when how far up can I go? I lost my place. I will vote for Yankee Marshall President easy. Oof. I subscribed via Subscribestar. Can you confirm? I should be able to confirm. Hold on. Let me go look and see. Subscribers. My subscribers. Yes, it looks like there's an extra one over here. In fact, there's 2 extras. We got 2 people today. Adriel. Sounds like a evil, like a fallen angel's name. And X Adam 1. So yeah, we got 2 people joined today. I gave out 3. And Adriel actually paid a tip too. Got some extra entries. They got 4 extra entries. So I'll have to, when I do my things tonight, I'll have to put 5 entries for them. All right, let's get back to the questions. Come on, people, come up with some good questions. John Hammonds paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, does Phil ever take a day off from being a vengeful dick? Pay your tithe. No, he don't. He can be. Phil is multifaceted and can be everywhere at once and do everything at once. So he is quite capable of being a total prick while also doing the other stuff he does. He doesn't have to choose. He can do everything. Remember, time and space mean nothing to Phil. That's a human concept. It doesn't affect him. So, hey, how come G43X and 43 don't have generators and don't show generation number because I don't, what? Oh, generation. I thought he said generate. He did say generators. I was like, what the fuck's he talking about, generators? He means they don't have a generation marked on them. I don't know. I guess because they've only made those 1 year or one series of generations. I don't know. They don't change those. There's some they don't redo. They don't change them when they change the generations. But I don't know. I've never bought a 43. John Ho got his caliber poster. Yay. Yes, he did. He even sent an email. Let's see. Present, share screen. If I ever start doing these as an actual podcast, I'll have to describe the stuff we're showing. I got it. Thanks. And it says John Aho or next to Ken, as you can see, like I said, and there's just caliber poster. It's all rolled up right now. You'll have to unroll it, frame it. Better frame it. I got mine framed up there. In case I need to know when someone says, what's better? X rounds of this or X rounds of that. I got to go up here and look, convert them both to 9mm and compare them so that I can see which one is better overall to have. See, y'all think that poster's not good for nothing. Wouldn't it be 10 extra? No, with donations, it's one for every $10. Because that's not a commitment like the other things are. I don't know if I made that clear. I might end up having to at the end give everybody the what it would be for the full amount, just because I don't know if I made it clear or not. So it can change. Forgive me, Phil, for I have sinned. Uh-oh. Clinton Barella just sent a picture. Well, I don't know what did you send doing? He said, forgive me, Phil, I have sinned. And he just sent a picture of this is not the Confederate flag. It's the first American flag. Learn your history with the Gadsden flag there. And he's got his Prodigy on, because he bought a Springfield. Well, Phil don't really care if you buy Springfield. He thinks all humans are just dirty monkeys. He don't see much difference between us. Our behavior, he doesn't think any one of us' behavior is much different than another. And really, to be honest, he can't tell us apart. That's why you don't really want to get his attention by not paying your tithe, because otherwise he's not really going to pick you out of the crowd unless he's coming at you because he knows you didn't pay your tithe. Jacoby said, I drive a 78 horsepower micro car, yet I carry a 229 in 40. Why do people who drive small cars carry heavy guns? You never know who you're tailgating. Yeah, plus you hurt your gas mileage carrying that gun. You probably can't have a person in there with you. What the hell fucking 78 horsepower micro car are you driving? Even the old Volkswagen Beetles had more horsepower. Well, no, they didn't. They had less horsepower than that. How much did my 66 Volkswagen Beetle horsepower have before I changed the engine? Let's look. VW Beetle horsepower was 50. That's what I was thinking. But I didn't want to say it out loud until I was sure. Yeah, it only had 50. Then I put a new engine in it, and it was a lot better. Because it was a brand new engine right off the factory floor down there, and it was up to, I think they were up like 60 horsepower or something. I don't remember what they were up to at that point, but they were more than they are now. Then, where was I at? What was I reading? I don't remember. Keep losing my place tonight. I'm not doing very good. How are we doing on time? We got 5 minutes left. And Per Gustafson weighed in here with a chat and said, glad to help. What's more fun to shoot at the range, revolvers or semi-autos? Revolvers. I think revolvers are far more fun. I just enjoy them better. I thought it was going to be like, what's it more fun to shoot at? Well, I like shooting steel targets because I like the ping. I'm pretending that's what he asked. I like steel targets because I like the ping. But I also like to put a plastic, like you get from these kids games, these little plastic bowling pins, put them on a string and just shoot them as they swing back and forth. That's always fun too. I wish I had some like the targets that reset, the knockdowns that would reset on their own. But I don't. Or I wish I had some motion targets. That'd be fun. I wish I had a dueling tree. I don't even have a dueling tree. I need to get a dueling tree. When we called Popo, they showed up an hour later when they know it's not life-threatening. Yeah, even if it's life-threatening, I don't think they rush. Some comedy clubs have been banned Jimmy Carr because he said you can say whatever you want to about deaf people because they can't hear you. Well, that makes sense. Why would they ban him for that? They literally will not respond unless there are critical injuries. Friend got T-boned by someone with no plates on vehicle in Spokane. Oh, yeah. A friend of mine got hit by someone. They had no insurance. They had no license. There was no tags on the car. They called the police to try to get them to come. They wouldn't come. The guy actually got his car pushed off the road and left before they could get police to come. And that was like an hour later. No police would show up. Never did show up. So he basically got hit by someone with a car with no tags, no license. They had no license. They had no insurance. And they were allowed to just take their time and get away. And now he's stuck covering it with his insurance. And the car was still sitting there a couple of days later with an orange check mark on it. So they probably I guess they just abandoned the car. It's probably stolen to begin with. I'm not going to say they're race because I don't want to be accused of being a racist. They were, of course, Swedish. Damn dirty Swedes. All right, where are we at? You can say what you want about Swedish people. Nobody gets offended. It's like the Dutch. You can say whatever you want about the Dutch. Micah D chimed in, says, because Paul needs a hand, poor Hagman's, she died from hantavirus. 7 days later, he died, then found 9 days after his death. Oh, what's his name? Oh, Hackman, not Hagman's. Hackman's. Yes, I feel sorry for the dog that died in the cage. That was horrible. Didn't know he laid in there and slowly died. Why wasn't somebody checking up on these fuckers? They're rich. Someone should have been checking up on them. Not to save them, just to save the fucking pets. I mean, if I had elderly parents who I knew had a lot of money, I'd be checking up on them every day, making sure they're okay. And the first day I couldn't get a hold of them and didn't know where they were, I'd be having someone go check on them. If I didn't live local to them, I'd be having somebody go check on them. Maybe they were just shitty parents. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Are we out of time? We're out of time. So I want to say, did he ever tell me what micro car he drives? I don't think he did. Let's see. Did he say over here? I don't see where he said it over here. Oh, Mitsubishi Mirage. Yes, those are little tiny cars. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming tonight. I do appreciate it. Thanks. Oh, we got to do the drawing. We'll do it right after we sign off. So thanks, everybody, for coming. Thanks for everything you do for the channel. I appreciate it. The pets appreciate it. The vets, I don't know if they really care, but the pets I know do. They'll lick your face if you do something good for them. Of course, some of the vets probably would too, depending on what you're into. But I'm a vet, by the way, not a veterinarian. We do have a veterinarian comes in here, though, Dr. Deputy Dan, or Deputy Dr. Dan. I don't remember what he said. Hey, say it. But thanks, everybody, for everything you do. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.